Hello roosters, hens, and chicks of all ages. Welcome to a brand new series that I like to call Is the Price Right? So, basically in this series, we're going to be taking a look at just random games that I find, and we're going to assess whether they are worth the price that I pay for them. Now, I'm not going to tell you what I've paid for them until the very end of the video, so you can make your own assumptions up to then as to what you think it cost, or what you think it should cost. And I'll be grading it on a scale of how the gameplay is, how it handles the story, where that's applicable. Some games it will not be, of course. Graphics is kinda subjective as to how the graphics help the game look, kind of. Like, if it's supposed to be pixelized, like, okay, that works. It's not exactly HD graphics, but at least it accomplishes what it's supposed to, so that'll be that. Whether it's a new idea, whether it has new ideas in it, or whether it kind of builds off of an existing idea, and if it does so, how it improves upon that, or if it does at all. And finally, whether the game is actually fun at all. So, the very first game that we are going to be playing is a game I found on Steam called Voxelized. And from the looks of it, it is a Minecraft ripoff. That's what it seems like to me. And here we have just a normal map. Hardcore mode does not look like it is ready yet. I should note that this is a beta, I believe. However, I am just going to go ahead and look at it now. I guess we'll just go into this. And, okay, it's loading up. Let's see about this. I kind of like the little painterly style to this. It looks very, very Minecraft. Oh, well, there's that. Okay. So it does control. It seems a lot like Minecraft. It doesn't look as though you can crouch. And you can't change perspectives. And it seems like there's a bit of a momentum to how you're moving. When I start moving, it starts slow, and then it speeds up a little bit. That's interesting. So, you move with WASD like Minecraft. I'm actually going to go ahead and bring this music down a bit. So, you move around with WASD. I'm going to try and... Oh, okay. So, you don't actually have to mine something. You just kind of click it, and you get that block. That's interesting. Okay. And then how do I use said blocks? Okay. Inventory under construction. So if I were to... Huh. So it looks as though there's no way to actually keep these once you pick them up. It looks as if it doesn't do anything to right-click as of now, so apparently we can't exactly build at the moment. That's interesting. You'd think that'd be something that they went for immediately in this game, but we'll see about that. So that part is very incomplete, although it does say that inventory is under construction, so it is obviously supposed to have that functionality later in its lifespan. So if we were to just... Alright, there's some weird purple blocks. That's interesting. I'm just going to go ahead and tunnel into here and see what we can find. I assume this is just stone. This is just supposed to be the stone of the world. And this is going on longer than I expected it to. Maybe if we go ahead and get our way back up to the surface. Well, I guess we are not as close to the surface as I thought we were. And wow, you have a lot of range. That is interesting. That is a ridiculous amount of range that you can delete blocks. That is very convenient, I guess, but it's not exactly a very good game mechanic as far as later in its development cycle. I hope they do fix that. Now we are out of there finally. I did not realize it was going to be that deep underground there. So, I would kind of like to go ahead and tunnel down, however, just straight down and see as far as we can go. However, since we can't place blocks, there's really no way for us to get back up except to like make a staircase from down there, which would be a little bit of a nightmare. So I may actually just go ahead and restart once we do that. And yes, seems to be all there really is just these kind of trees, this random grass and dirt, and that's about it, and then stone underneath. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to go ahead and try to tunnel down as far as I can go and see what secrets there are underneath, if there are any at all. I'm not sure how long this is going to take as far as how deep the world... Well, that's red. That's different. Not exactly what I had expected. What in the world? Oh. Well, apparently, if you dig down too far, you just kind of fall back into the world in a different place. That's what it seems like to me, as I'm just tunneling down, and eventually we will see that it just kind of drops out, and here's a new world. Or, actually, it is the same world, I guess, because over here it looked like was where we started and where we were tearing up the grass a little bit. So this is the same world. It just drops you in randomly if you tunnel too deep. That's interesting. It doesn't seem like there's anything down in the tunnels, though it does seem to be turning into night, so maybe there's something different about the night than the day, although it doesn't seem like it at this point, because it seems to already be night. So unless something starts changing here soon, it's probably not going to. Let's see. Just keep trekking around. See if there's anything at all of interest over here. Because so far, this game is not very interesting. Just a lot of blocks that all kind of look the same, and one type of tree, and no way to collect or use said blocks that are in the world. It seems like this is really just it. It seems like this is the game. So, that's interesting. That is not a whole lot. I'm not sure if I should keep exploring and keep looking, or if this is just it, if this is just all the game has to offer. That would be a shame if that was it, because it looked as though you could do things like place blocks in the trailer. If we go ahead and try out perhaps this one, maybe this will be like creative mode in Minecraft, where you will be able to right click and actually place blocks. Maybe creative mode where you just have all of the blocks you need. Doesn't look any different. It just looks like a big creative world in Minecraft, and you can't really do anything from the looks of it. You can't exactly place any blocks in this mode either, which is quite misleading from the trailer that it showed on the Steam page, because it looked as though you would be able to at least build something, but it does not seem to be the case. It looks like this is really just it. It's just breaking blocks with one click that don't really do anything for you. It's just kind of a not very alive world, just a very dead, boring world, it seems like. So that's a bit of a shame. I did expect more of this game, actually. And it may improve as time goes on, but with the way it is now, I can't see it ever getting to a point where this is a game that people actually play so far. I cannot see it getting to that point, because with games like Minecraft already established, it's not very likely, I don't think, that this game is actually going to ever end up with a following of any kind, because people will just write it off as a Minecraft remake or knockoff and continue playing Minecraft, which I would kind of agree with at this point. So that's kind of a shame. I guess I'll go ahead and grade it. I guess the grading will go on a scale from 1 to 10. As far as gameplay, the controls aren't bad, although the momentum thing is very weird, because if you're trying to move small amounts, this is the best I can do with that, and then if I hold it down, you just start moving very quickly compared to how it should be, where you're always moving the same speed, even if it's a tap or a hold on the arrow or on the WASD, so that is one issue with that. As far as this, it's kind of... it should definitely have some kind of time that you have to sit and wait before the block disappears, because that just helps it to become at least a little more realistic, because when you poke something in real life, it just doesn't disappear. Also, they obviously need to fix the whole not being able to do anything with said blocks thing. Story-wise, I don't believe there's a story to this, and if there is, it's clearly not very good. So, oh yes, and I forgot to give a grade to gameplay. As far as the gameplay itself, the controls are really the only thing to be able to look at, which do have some issues, even though they are really the only thing that you are in this game. So, maybe 1 or a 2. I can't give it more than a 2 ever, possibly, for this game right now. So, I guess I'll go ahead and give it a 2, just because the controls aren't so obnoxious that you can't do anything with it and give up, even though they are not the greatest controls. And then we do have story. There doesn't seem to be one, so that we'll just go ahead and leave that one off, because I don't feel as though I can really grade that. Graphically, it looks like Minecraft with a lot less effort, and the fact that on these blocks it's just half green, half brown, straight line through the middle, it's just very boring, and it does not look good graphically. It is very smooth, which I appreciate, but some of the textures within the smoothness should at least be present, because there really are none. It's just the exact same everywhere. So that's one problem with that. And then we've got... so graphics, probably a 2 on that. I'll give them a 2 on graphics, because they really just don't seem to be putting any effort into the graphics at all, at least at this point. And whether it's a new idea, it's obviously not. Everyone knows this is just a Minecraft knockoff, which is just kind of... it's not a good one by any stretch of the imagination so far. It's kind of pathetic. However, I mean, there's just really no good idea to it at all. It's just a poorly done Minecraft ripoff. If you're going to do a Minecraft ripoff nowadays, you really have to make it good, because there are some decent ones out there at the very least, and Minecraft itself is only getting better as time goes on, so it just makes it harder and harder for a Minecraft ripoff to actually have any merit at all. And whether it's fun, no, not in the slightest. So, as far as new idea, probably just a 1, because that's the lowest I can give it. I would probably give it much less than that if I had a scale that allowed that. And as far as fun, it also gets a 1. So, there's really no good things about this game. I cannot find one thing to compliment the game on. It's just kind of boring and lame, so there's that. And so now comes the time of how much do you guys think this game cost me? So if you would like to make a guess, go ahead and post that in the comments right now, and I will go through those, and I'll see how correct you guys were. And if you guys are ready, go ahead and pause the video here if you're not ready to have not commented yet and don't want to know yet how much it cost me. This game cost me a whopping, drumroll please, 9 cents. So, I mean, it's not the best 9 cents I've ever spent. It's really not even worth that, I don't think. I really do not think the price currently is right, even for 9 cents. Which is really saying something, because I bought it with the mindset of, there's no way that this game could not be worth at least 9 cents. However, it is really just not worth it. There's really nothing about this game that is worth my time or my 9 cents, so it's a bit of a shame. I guess the game overall gets a score of like a 1.25 or something. So yeah, it's not worth even my 9 cents, I don't think. As far as what I've experienced so far in its development, I would not pay 9 cents for it, having played it beforehand. So there is that. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully next time we'll have a game that is a bit less disappointing. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.